talk about muscles that move the head and neck, muscles of the abdomen. Um, the model here. First muscle we're going to talk about would be the splenius capitis. Splenius capitis is this muscle right here, number 41. It's this muscle right here. Splenius capitis. And what that muscle does, it supports the head. It helps draw your head backward. It also helps draw head to one side. It also rotates the head. So there's several functions, but the thing is, pick a movement that probably works for you. If you want to draws the head backward or draws head to one side, that would be fine. Supporting the head would not be incorrect. That's splenius capitis. Your sternocleidomastoid, that's an easy one to remember because you have your sternum, your clavicle, mastoid process back here. So, sternocleidomastoid. Some of you remember the mastoid process from your bones, one of your bone markings. That's this muscle right here. And what it does, it draws your head towards your shoulder the same side. It rotates your head to the opposite side. And also it can flex the head. But that's your sternocleidomastoid. Before I do the muscles on the abdomen, let me go to muscles acting on the scapula. This muscle right, it's kind of backwards the way I'm holding this. This muscle right here. Here's your scapula right here, the spine of the scapula. So if you follow that muscle up right there, that's levator scapula. And what that muscle does, it's going to elevate the scapula, like if you were shrugging your shoulders. Then you have the rhomboides major and minor. These are the rhomboids right here. The larger one would be the major, the small one would be the minor. And so what the rhomboides major does, it does stabilize the scapula. It does move the inferior angle of the scapula posteriorly and superiorly. But if you want to put stabilized scapula, that's fine. The rhomboides minor, pretty much the same function. Helps stabilize the scapula. It moves the inferior angle of the scapula posteriorly and superiorly. Rhomboides minor, rhomboides major. The serratus anterior and trapezius. The trapezius is this muscle. A lot of people call them the traps. This muscle right here. All this. All that. All this is trapezius. Again, people call it the traps. A lot of people that are in the gym working out, I'm going to work my traps today. But what the trapezius does, it stabilizes, it elevates, it also retracts and rotates the scapula. A lot of people in the gym, when they want to work the traps, they do shoulder shrugs. That's trapezius. If you look at this model right here, just to give you an idea how large those muscles are, these muscles right here, all this. This. But that's trapezius. The serratus anterior. That muscle, you probably see it best on probably this one right here. muscles right here, they look like little serrations right there, here, here. That's serratus anterior. On this model, I think you can see them a little bit better. You can see them right here. Also see them right here. Maybe this is a little bit better. Yeah, these muscles right here. That's serratus anterior. You know, sometimes they refer to that as the boxer's muscle. If that works for you, that's fine. And the reason being they call it the boxer muscle because of what it does. It's like, it helps move the arm or the scapula superiorly and anteriorly. See if I can think of a better way to describe that. Let's see. I'll give you the textbook definition. It rotates your scapula so its inferior angle moves laterally and upward. You know, like if you were to push against a wall, for example, that may be the best way to describe its function. But again, if you want to go with the textbook definition, it rotates your scapula so its inferior angle moves laterally and upward. If you just rotates the scapula laterally and upward, that would be fine. That would be sufficient. Now we go on to the abdominal muscles. Actually, the only ones you're going to see are going to be your rectus abdominis, which people refer to as your six-pack abs. Rectus means the muscle fibers go parallel with the axis of the body. They compress the abdomen. Then you have your external obliques, which are located, I can't point at the same time, but you can see them coming in on the sides. Let me go ahead and use this model right here. Here's the rectus abdominis. These are external obliques right here. Or external abdominal obliques right here. And what they can do, they can flex the vertebral column, compress the abdomen. Any of those functions will suffice. I think that pretty much covers it for the muscles of the abdomen. Muscles acting on the scapula. I do want to mention the internal abdominal obliques and the transverse abdominis. Those are deeper muscles. You have to actually peel several layers of muscle tissue away to see those, so I do not put those on the exam. But the rectus abdominis and external abdominal obliques, those are fair game. Again, flexing the vertebral column, compressing the abdomen, that would suffice for the